What is up, everybody? Bootman here, and we're back with another Marvel Snap video. So this has been largely requested, and it's a tier list. It is my first tier list ever in the history of my content creation. I've made a lot of content over the years. I've just never touched a tier list. So you are all here on a very, very special occasion. So I'm gonna be going over the Series 4 and Series 5 cards, and discuss my thoughts and opinions on these. I think it's cool because all us creators, we have different play styles, different opinions and everything. So I get why you all are curious, because you have these hard-earned valuable tokens and you wanna know what you should be getting. All right, but before we get started, if you're new here, hi, my name is Chris. If you love Marvel Snap as much as I do, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell. Here on my channel, I like to focus on the competitive aspect. So if you wanna rank up and reach infinite, if you wanna play in tournaments, in leagues, all that kind of stuff, this is the place to be. You subscribe, and I promise you will become a better player if you listen just a couple things that I say here. And we're trying to hit 7,500 subscribers by the end of the month. I think we could do it with your help, okay? And some other cool stuff going on down in the description. You can join our awesome Discord community. And I do monthly giveaways for the season pass, but you gotta follow me on Twitter at BootmanMSTZ. It's linked down in the description below. You gotta follow me on Twitter. I will be announcing this season's giveaway very soon, and check it out. Check it out. I got this idea. I got this amazing idea, and if it goes the way I think it will, okay, I got another giveaway planned, all right? And if this thing goes well, we're gonna be doing it more. Like, it is a sick idea. Okay, so just wait, bear with me. And if you're not subscribed, you better, because this giveaway idea is da bomb. All right, but anyways, let's jump into this thing. Let me make sure I got the right view. Okay, I've never done this before. I don't know how pretty it looks. Maybe I could zoom this in a little bit. Can I do that? Maybe I should, no, that's not good. Whatever, we'll do it like this. Can you guys see it? Can you guys see it? What if I zoom in a little bit? Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, cool. So by the way, we're going to, can we delete this row? Boom. And we're not doing any D tiers. Okay, so the way I'm ranking these, okay, we got must have, OMG, okay? Another one, if you want a new style, a new play style, okay? So this is something I've been thinking about a lot lately. So yeah, if you want a new style of play, if you want to switch things up, you might want to consider getting these cards. This row, wait for Series 4 downgrade, so from 5 to 4. Then after that, wait for Series 3 downgrade, from 4 to 3, okay? These are my personal opinion. This is not financial advice. If I put something in the must-have, oh my God, I'm not saying go buy the $100 bundle, get some tokens, and buy one of these cards. No, it's just me. If I had a certain amount of tokens to spend, okay? So take with it what you will. Here's my logic behind it, and check it out. I will repeat this. This is based off of my playstyle, my thoughts, my opinions, and if I'm gonna get real with you for a second, I've noticed a lot of groupthink in the Marvel Snap community. It's very interesting. So my other life, my other world of content creation, I discuss a lot of psychology and human behavior and philosophy and all that kind of stuff. So seeing, like, transitioning into gaming and then seeing the same behaviors, super, super interesting. But anyways, there's a lot of groupthink out there, okay? Sometimes the group is right, okay? Sometimes you just start getting this idea that spreads that like a card is good or bad, and like the logic isn't really sound. So anyways, we all have different opinions, but just be mindful of the groupthink, okay? And my opinions are not the word of God, but when you see some of these rankings, you might be like, well, this other creator said that card was bad, so Bootman's stupid. All right, calm down, listen to the logic, and let's keep it moving. All right, so first up, Agent Coulson, okay? And I'm gonna try to remember which ones are Series 4 and Series 5. I think I remember. So Agent Coulson. Now, check it out. My dude right here, Mr. Coulson, he helped me get to Infinite this season. He was in my Agent Dino deck, okay? So where do I wanna put this? You know, I'm gonna say this, because I don't think he'll give you a new play style, all right? But he's a dope card. So he's Series 4, so he's 3,000 tokens. I'm gonna put, I hate doing this to my man, Agent Coulson, but I'm gonna wait for a downgrade to Series 3, okay? So Agent Coulson, he draws a 4 cost and a 5 cost. There's some synergy there with Zabu that I don't think enough people talk about. And he's a great card. If you like playing hand-size decks and things like that, like I'm putting him in between these two, okay? Like in between if you want a new play style and like wait for Series 3 downgrade. He's a cool card. If you got 3,000 tokens to blow, maybe. But if not, you won't die. Okay, so check it out. Next up, we have Bast. I'm gonna put Bast here. And let me know in the comments, is Bast a male or a female character? Not that it matters, but I'm always like, I don't know, for some weird reason, gendering characters, but I'm just curious. I did this with Goose a while ago. Found out Goose is a she. Got it. Anyways, Bast, if you want a new playstyle. I've been thinking a lot about Bast lately. I probably personally will not buy Bast, okay? But it's an interesting card. It works in like negative decks. I've been killing it with my girl Valkyrie lately. Bast can go in there. There's some flexible, cool things you could do with Bast. I don't think I'm gonna spend 3,000 tokens on Bast. I think I'm gonna wait, see how it goes. If I get Bast from reserve, not gonna make or break the bank for me. Okay, now Black Panther. Black Panther. Personally, I'd wait for a downgrade to Series 3, okay? Black Panther, like, what was it? When Black Panther first came out in the season, like if you didn't get Black Panther in the season pass card, like that sucks. But when Black Panther first came out, people didn't understand what was going on with Black Panther. And that's when I first got Wong too. And I was going nuts. I was going nuts with like some like Wong, Black Panther. I wasn't even doing the Zola thing. I don't know how many people were doing that, but I would like Taskmaster and just all sorts of stuff. And like people would be like, whoa, right? It was really cool. But anyways, now Black Panther, like if people see you playing a Black Panther on a Wong, like unless they're dumb or inexperienced, they're gonna expect Zola, okay? So they're either gonna kill it with a Shang-Chi or they're gonna retreat. So I don't think anybody should be getting Black Panther. All right, Darkhawk. Sorry, Charlie, must have OMG. There's gonna be very few cards that I put in must have OMG. Darkhawk's one of them. I do not like spending 6,000 tokens on anything. I used to have a rule where I just didn't think any card was worth it, but then because I get like a lot of the bundles, like pretty much all the bundles, I realize how easily I come across tokens. So, but this is me being a quote unquote whale. And I try to remind you guys this of all the time. Us content creators, we make money from the content. So we're able to do these things. So don't get the FOMO and all the weird stuff. Like we're able to get these cards, test them out, show you videos and see if you would like to play them. And something I rant about a lot is how a lot of creators only show you the wins, which isn't cool. Anyways, I digress. Darkhawk, even though they're talking about nerfing Zabu, I've been talking with a lot of different players. Darkhawk is still gonna be strong. Darkhawk is still going to be a very, very strong card, okay? Regardless of what happens with Zabu, Darkhawk by himself is a strong card. I highly, highly recommend you consider it for the 6K. Hopefully he drops in the next month, but we haven't heard any nerfs about Darkhawk, okay? Dazzler, currently Series 5. Like, I'll start my rant about this now, okay? So Dazzler, wait until Series 3. Oh, there's so many cards where I'm just like, yo, why did you not just like, introduce this in Series 4? You know what I mean? Like the fact that this is starting in, like every single card starts in Series 5, then it gets downgraded to 4. Then it like Dazzler, like there are some decks that fill up board space, but again, like if you're here, you're a smart player, okay? If you're here, you're playing against smart players. If I see or even smell a whiff of Dazzler, my top priority is blowing up one of your cards. Not all of them, just one, because Dazzler only procs and gets 10 power if you fill up the board. And with the Zabu nerf, whatever that's gonna be, getting Dazzler to do her thing, it's gonna be a lot harder, okay? But like, it is a decent card to use with Thanos. I recently got Thanos, I've been filling up board space. It's been pretty decent. All right, next up, Galactus, if you want a new play style. All right, this is something I've just been interested in, just getting bored with certain cards and certain decks and everything like that. I wanted Thanos. I was fortunate enough to get him. He was my only Series 5 card I've ever gotten from a reserve. I know some of you still haven't gotten one. A lot of people haven't. I was ranting about it forever and I finally got him. So I'm glad I didn't get him in the token shop. I would never, ever, 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 listen to me. Are you listening to me right now? I would never in a million years, if I want to play this game at any sort of competitive level, pay 6,000 tokens for this card. This card is so, so, so niche. The only way I would pay 6,000 tokens for this card is if I had this next card right here, Knull. If you got Knull in a reserve, or like vice versa, like I did, then I might, because Knull and Galactus are disgusting. Like just thinking about it, I just wanna, it's sickening, okay, what these two cards can do together. So yeah, I would never spend 6,000 on it. Knull, I think the potential's there. I think the potential's there. When Knull was coming out, my son and I were like, oh man, this card's gonna be insane, right? But the more I play, the more experience I get. Destroy decks, they just aren't, I don't think they're a top tier like deck archetype, so Knull's not really doing it. But if you have Galactus, like if you have Galactus, Knull's right here. Knull is a must-have, oh my God, okay? But for now, I'm gonna say Knull is like, wait for Series 4 downgrade, okay? Like if you really wanna play with Knull, we do have a season coming up, I believe in March, with a lot of Destroy cards. And I was talking with somebody about this, and he may or may not work better when that comes out. It's Nimrod's gonna be the season pass card, and he's a 5/5, I believe. You destroy him, he makes 2 copies, and then you can Zola and stuff. There's some weird things going on with the energy there. Maybe like magic can help and stuff like that. So we'll see if Knull gets better. But for right now, and this might change next month, I would say wait for Knull. Unless you have Galactus, then he's up here. But for right now, he's right here. Okay, Helicarrier. I hate to say it. I hate to put Helicarrier with my man Coulson, but wait for a Series 3 downgrade. Just wait for it, all right? Coulson and Helicarrier were both in the deck that got me to Infinite this season, but if you watch my video that I just made yesterday about how utilizing locations can really help you get to Infinite, that's why Helicarrier worked, okay? I got to Infinite during Luke's bar being the hot location. Hand-sized deck let me abuse that location and get cards there when other people weren't. And I was able to do this nasty combo of a Lady Sif into a Ghost Rider. So you slice up Helicarrier, you draw 3 cards, you Ghost Rider back in. It's a gangster combo, all right? Now I play my Agent Dino deck, and it's a great deck. It keeps people on their toes. It's just, I don't know if I'd be spending 3K on a Helicarrier, all right? Maria Hill, can we do this? What can we do? Is there a thing? Add row below. Okay, there we go. Let's do this. I gotta add a row. Bad card. I don't know why I didn't have one of these. Bad card. Okay, this means wait for Series 3, and then even when you get it, Maria Hill, love her as a character, but in the game, like, she gives you a random 1-cost card. Like, no. Like, get out of here. Like, as somebody who plays a ton of Killmonger, nah, man. Like, get Maria out of here. Like, here's the thing. If they made Maria Hill like Coulson, she'd be dope. She'd be super dope. Like, if they had her as just the female Coulson, just draw a 1 and 2-cost card or something like that, or like a 2 and a 3, something, right? But just drawing a 1-cost card, like, get that nonsense out of here. I'm not gonna waste 2 energy on you. M'Baku. I'm not even gonna put M'Baku up here if you want a new play style, okay? Because this card will always show up in your hand. So you don't even get to utilize the new play style, all right? So M'Baku goes down here with bad card, all right? I spent 3,000 tokens on him. If any of you watch my video on it, he just would not stop showing up in my token shop. I bought M'Baku purely to just get him out of my sight, all right? He has been fun in a couple decks. Like, when he works, it's hilarious. The meme is real, like, it's hilarious. I've had him in a Thanos deck, and he pops out and says, no room for M'Baku. I cracked up. I didn't realize that's where the meme came from. Anyways, bad card. Now, I wish I had another category for Orca. Let's do this, all right? Let's do this. Let's do it add a row. Let's do add a row above. All right. I'm gonna call it this. Can you guys tell this is my first tier list? There's something there. That spaced out funny. Let's do that. There's something there. I'm gonna put Orca here. This is one of those groupthink things. Like, you guys, like, man, I'm glad I get to talk to you guys about psychology, because that's like my thing. Like, that's what I really love, psychology, human behavior. Maybe it's because I'm a former drug addict, 10 years clean, whoop, whoop. Well, 10 and a half now, actually. But I love psychology and human behavior. But yeah, like, or like you see a few people saying something, and then all of a sudden everybody on Twitter, everybody and their mom, they're just saying something, right? Like, it's just like, I just don't get it. Like, yo, Orca, there's something there. There's something there. If this card's by himself, he turns into a 6/14. The only other card that's that powerful is Giganto. And then, yeah, so like, Giganto is, obviously a better version, kind of, because you can put him in like a disc. No, well, yeah, you can put him in a discard deck and stuff like that, more powerful. But there's something here because, and I don't know what it is, and maybe eventually I'll play around with it more, but when my son made a brand new account and I was already like nearing Series 3 complete, I had already hit Infinite 1 or 2 seasons in a row, he was pumping his way through Series 2, and I'm like, yo, you got to do this ongoing deck. And the perfect play in an ideal scenario was having Namor on your right, okay? Then on the left of Namor, you had Claw and Onslaught. It won games. It just did. And then you can mess around with some other ongoing cards, whatever, right? I feel like there's something there with Orca. So if you get Orca, because Orca seems to be popping up in reserves left and right, I don't know if I'd buy Orca, but I feel like there's something there. And like, here's the thing, and all of you blessed enough, #blessed enough to watch this video, trust me, you guys are gonna see me proven right so many times. There's gonna come a time where people figure out a good deck for Orca and a way to play Orca, and everybody's gonna be like, what? What? I never said Orca was bad. I didn't say Orca was bad. And it's like, nah, man. So there's something there. There's something there. So I challenge you, if you get Orca in a reserve, get it. All right. Next. Ugh. My opinion's different on this card, but I'm not gonna do Sauron dirty. I'm not gonna do Sauron too dirty. Sauron is in the Dazzler category for me, okay? This is one of those cards that popped up, okay? And like I made a video on like all the season pass cards being like garbage. Not season pass, but like the new season cards. Sauron is just like a 6,000 token 0, okay? Like, yes, it does it to all of your cards. I guess if you're like obsessed with that play style, like I hate it. I hate playing those decks. They just don't work out for me. Yeah, like Sauron, I would wait for a downgrade to Series 3. Like maybe Sauron, I won't do you too dirty. Maybe downgrade to Series 4. Maybe. We'll see how things go. But it's just like, I like, there's like a very finite amount of cards that this works with, and I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan. Okay, next card. Sentry, my man Sentry goes there with Orca. This card, I cannot wait to get Sentry. I'm going to play Sentry so much until I get him to work, okay? Like, people, like you guys, this is a 4/8 card. It synergizes with Zabu, okay? So you got a 2/8 card. For those of you who don't know, Sentry's downfall is you cannot play it in the right lane because it spawns a -8 demon, all right? So check it out. There's a few things going on here. One of them, Carnage takes that thing out. Boom, you got a 4/8. Okay, cool, Carnage took it out. Carnage gets buffed a little, okay? Next, you got Viper. That's a Hobgoblin right there, baby. So you got a 2/8 plus a Hobgoblin? Like, okay, if you had Zabu down, right, let's imagine this. You have Zabu down, turn 3. For right now, before any nerfs happen, whatever. You got Zabu down, turn 3, okay? Turn 4, you could drop Sentinel and Viper. You just dropped an 8 power card plus Viper. Is Viper 2/3? Or is Viper 3 something? Let's look that up real quick. I know you guys are probably screaming at the screen right now. Marvel Snap Zone, great site. Viper, what's your cost and power? 2-3, 2-3. Okay, so turn 4, you're dropping a 4-8, you're dropping a 2-3, and you're sending basically a Hobgoblin over to the other side when Hobgoblin's usually 5 energy. Like, that is disgusting. Like, that's a combo that you'd have to pull off, but like, I don't see it as being any harder to pull off than any other deck that I'm messing around with, you know, like all these other decks that I'm about to go over, like a Shuri deck and stuff. Like, you need so many things to go right in all of these decks, you know what I mean? So when people are like, oh, Sentry is a bad card, like, you know what? Like, no, you know what? Screw the haters. You're going up here if you want a new playstyle. I will die on this hill every day of the week. Sentry's my man. All right, Shadow King. Boom, you're going up here. Do I want to spoil it? Do I want to spoil it? Maybe. There's some exciting stuff going on with Shadow King. So check this out. Check this out. I was playing some multiverses. All right, let me talk to you about Shadow King, okay? So Shadow King, for those of you who don't know, resets all cards at this location to their base power, okay? Does not work. Does not work with ongoing cards, okay? Keep that in mind. All right, does not work with ongoing cards, but resets everything at that location. All right, it is a 4/3 card. So right now, until they nerf Zabu, it synergizes with Zabu. Those of you who know my Magantris deck, Magantris was amazing, okay? I got to infinite rank primarily with Magantris, multiple seasons in a row. That deck is a lot about counters and taking power away. And the deck that screwed up Magantris was Silver Surfer, all right? So now we got Shadow King, which completely solves that problem. So I am so stoked about Shadow King that, boom, I got that boy, that big boy pinned right here. 2 to 6,000 tokens hits the shop. All right, this is another one. Look around Twitter for 5 seconds. They're like, oh my God, Shadow King's so terrible. Just wait until I meet up with some fools in some games and Shadow King them. Oh, I can't wait. I can taste it. This is another one of those groupthink things. Shadow King, like, here's a rant that I've been wanting to go on for a while. Like, don't you guys find it a little interesting that most of the cards that people call quote unquote bad are tech cards, right? Like, do you know how like silly that sounds? Like, oh, if this card doesn't put a ton of power on the board, it must be a bad card. You know, like one of the only like tech type cards that people haven't called bad is Sauron, which blows my mind. Sauron has way fewer capabilities than Shadow King, all right? So like, I don't know what is wrong with people, but like people are like adamant that Shadow King is a bad card. Like, just wait. So let's talk about 2 other cards real quick. I'm gonna go out of the order on the bottom real quick. All right, Super Scroll. Right now, at the time of recording this, a new hot location popping up is Onslaught Citadel. I've been saying since the second Super Scroll came up, I'm like, this card is gonna find a time to shine. Right now, just during this hot location, is a very small window of time, but Super Scroll takes on all of the ongoing abilities. See this card, Darkhawk, right here, that everybody calls broken, okay? Well, Super Scroll, if somebody drops 2 Darkhawks, Super Scroll gets both of them, okay? What's stopping you from moon girling Super Scroll? What's stopping you from mystiquing a Super Scroll? I'm telling you, there are going to be metas in the future that rely on ongoing cards, and you are going to wish you had this card in your deck. You're going to realize it this weekend. This weekend with the hot location, so many people are gonna be like, oh my God, I wish I got Super Scroll. And this is another one. This is another tech card where people are just being these groupthink weirdos and saying like, oh, this card is terrible because it's a tech card. Like, you guys, tech cards are gangster, okay? Gangster. So the second card I want to talk about while going on this little rant is Valkyrie. I just got Valkyrie, watched my last video, been winning a bunch of 8-cubers, right? And I tweeted about this on Twitter. Like, what's the difference between Valkyrie and Shadow King, okay? Because there are differences between Valkyrie and Shadow King, but everybody's on Valkyrie's jock for some reason and not Shadow King, you know? But Valkyrie sets everything at that location to 3, okay? But your ongoing cards, they'll keep going, okay? So Shadow King does the same thing. Now, the only problem is that Shadow King doesn't reset the cost. So if the lane has a lot of cards with, or has cards with a good base power, Shadow King's not gonna do much. So there are pros and cons, but here's my argument. Shadow King is a 4, Valkyrie is a 5 cost, okay? And that, in my, just playing a crap ton of Valkyrie the last 24 hours, the 5 cost on Valkyrie has murdered me so many times. I've just wanted to die because I didn't have one more energy. I mentioned in my video about Valkyrie. So I do think that Shadow King's lower cost offsets this with its synergy with Zabu. I don't know if I'll still say it's like a 1-to-1 comparison when Zabu gets nerfed, but for right now, I'd say it's up there. So I cannot wait. And what are you gonna do when I drop Shadow King and Valkyrie on you? What are you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing, playa. That's gonna be dope. Can't wait to do that. So keep an eye out. Like I said, I got Shadow King pinned and I got Valkyrie, and you just wait until I get Super Scroll. I might just make a tech deck, just be countering, taking your stuff. Ooh, I get the chills just thinking about it. All right, anyways. Zabu, we'll see what happens. I'm not gonna make a new row. We'll see what happens. So he's gonna go to a Series 5, which I don't know, like, yeah, like Series 5, in his current state, must have OMG, right? In his current state, must have OMG, but he's getting nerfed, and I don't know. I really want to keep him in must have OMG, but I'll wait for a Series 4 downgrade because we don't know what it is. So that's your boy being, cautious, okay? I like to have a healthy amount of anxiety, okay? But Zabu takes the power of all 4 costs down 2. We don't know what they're doing to this card. Stay tuned. Shanna. There you go, Shanna. Like, are you guys ridiculous? Like, the people, oh my God, Shanna's another one. Shanna's another one where everybody's like, oh my God, this card's so good. Like, you guys, like, quit just parroting what you see, like, content creators are like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, Shanna drops 3 random 1 costs. Like, sometimes it's really cool, but like, she might as well be like Shan Baku over here. Like, what are you gonna do when Shanna drops like an Ebony Maw, or like, I've seen multiple times, I've watched streamers play Shanna because like I look at all these new cards and I've seen them drop her and they're like, oh, well, you just turned 6, Shanna. That's how you get around her screwing you over early. And so many times, like, it just pops out a hood or just something you can't benefit. Like, on average, she's giving you 3 1-2s, right? But she can give you a hood, which gives you -2 and loses a game. She there's so many 1 costs where it's just like, you don't want those out there. No, thank you. No, thank you. I see how she synergizes with Dazzler, but like, nah, man. I'm waiting till Series 3. If I get her, I'll play her, whatever. Shuri, I'm not gonna be the contrarian in this one. Everybody's been like, just so obsessed with Shuri. I was too. Everybody's pinning Shuri. Like, when the downgrades were happening a week before, as soon as Shuri showed up in the shop, everybody's pinning Shuri. I need Shuri, I need Shuri. I played with Shuri all day on my son's account the other day. I wasn't impressed. Remember how I was talking about Sentry and like you need like certain things to go right? It's the same exact thing with Shuri. I don't understand. I don't understand why people don't see these things are the exact same thing. I don't understand why they like that. Like, am I crazy? Am I crazy? Like, oh, well, with Sentry, if you play Sentry, you need Viper to come out or you need Carnage to come out. Well, with Shuri, you need like good cards to come after that you can drop. You know what I mean? Like, you also gotta hope that they don't have a Shang-Chi. All sorts of stuff. You gotta hope they don't have a Cosmo. Like, there were so many things that went wrong with that Shuri deck. You gotta hope Shuri comes out, you know? Like, Shuri is no different than any other card. But anyways, if you want a new playstyle, go for it. Like, the reason people are gushing over Shuri is because Marvel Snap players are obsessed. That's what it is. It's an obsession with putting power on the board, okay? Your boy Chris, my obsession is taking power away. All right? So like, that's why I love me some Shang-Chi's. That's why I love me Shadow King, Valkyrie. I love it because 90% of the players out there, they just wanna put as much power on the board as possible. And if you are focusing on the opposite, What are they gonna do? You take it away, you get these turn 6 surprises. I'm gonna toss Silver Surfer in here with Zabu. Wait for the Series 4 downgrade, maybe. They're nerfing Surfer too, we have no idea. It is gonna be a hard one to nerf or do anything with, so good luck. We don't know what they're gonna do. Like Surfer could just turn into like an on reveal Patriot, right? Where he gives +2 or something. My argument has been like, make him stronger. Because my problem is, like I said, running Majantress was very hard against Surfer decks, and it's because he doesn't buff them up to 9, like the broods and stuff, you know? Buff them up to 9 so I can at least take them out with Shang-Chi, but I can never do that unless it was like a Maximus, you know? But anyways, Surfer, like, wait a little bit, see what happens, because Surfer could easily go down to wait for Series 3. I think Zabu has more of a chance of surviving this than Surfer, but Surfer was a season pass card. If any of you saw the video that they released for the Power Cosmic season, like that one dude who works at Second Dinner, forgot his name, he's like obsessed with Silver Surfer. So if they do him too dirty, that guy might quit. So I don't know. We'll see what happens to Silver Surfer. Then lastly, Thanos. I just spent 6K on Thanos because I really wanted a new playstyle. I actually got Thanos after playing a lot of battle mode when it first came out on launch day. And I kind of realized in battle mode, you need decks that are flexible, that can do a lot of different things, like within those 12 cards. Thanos decks can do that because Thanos decks, not only do you have the stones that do a lot of things, not only do you have Thanos that can turn into a 6/18, but you could just put in a bunch of different cards. And there's so many things, like, there's like a lot of untapped potential with Thanos. I made a video when Thanos first came out and I explained why I didn't get him. The main reason I didn't get Thanos is because I didn't have Quinjet. And you feel it. Like when I don't have Quinjet comes out, I feel it with Thanos. But I will say, like, it pains me to do this. It pains me to do this, but I'm not gonna leave Darkhawk lonely. Like Thanos is not, okay, here's my argument. Thanos is not a guaranteed card that's gonna help you rank up the ladder. Thanos is not a guaranteed card that's gonna help you win battle mode, which is, so like tournaments, leagues, whatever it is, right? But Thanos is somewhere in between if you want a new play style and there's something there. Like, there's something really, 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 really good there, and we haven't figured it out yet. We haven't figured out what it is, but it's there. So the other reason I'm putting him there is because there is no plan thus far to drop him down to Series 4. So like, if you're gonna spend 6K, you're gonna spend 6K. If you get a windfall of tokens, if you're a whale or something like that, like, I recommend getting Thanos and playing with him because he's definitely a new playstyle, keeps it interesting. There's a bunch of different decks to try out. Maybe you're gonna be the person to crack the code and make it a bit more consistent. But yeah, I've just made a video on the new deck that people really like. It's a Lockjaw deck, but there's something definitely there. Definitely there. Yeah, I like me some Thanos. Man, I went into this, I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be like a 15-minute video. I'm just gonna go through, but your boy's got opinions. Your boy Chris, he's got opinions. All right, but yeah, that's just what they are. Those are opinions. If nothing else from this, like, get away from groupthink. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody else. Come up with your own arguments. Come up with your own pros and cons list. You know, me personally, when I'm looking at the token shop, I'm taking into a few things into consideration. One of them is it gonna help me rank? Is it gonna win cubes? Does it have surprising abilities that can you know, catch the opponent off guard? Can I trick a person into snapping on me? You know what I mean? Just stuff like that. The other thing I'm looking for is potential, right? I don't know what it is, but there's just certain cards in this game where I'm like, I feel like it has a lot of potential and there's something there. Or like when I talked about in my last video about Valkyrie, like, she's not being played that much, so there's so many 8 cube wins that you're gonna win, and she's not gonna be as good as soon as people start playing her more, which I'm starting to see happen. I already ran into a few Valkyries today. It was nuts. But these are the things I take in consideration. But like, the last thing is like your personal play style. your personal play style. Maybe everything I said in this, maybe you hate tech cards, maybe you're in the camp of like, I wanna slam a bunch of power on the board and be like super cool, like bro dude, like, yeah, look how buff my dude is, you know? If that's your style, then you hated this tier list, you know what I mean? But like, do you, boo, okay? Do your own thing, don't listen to everybody else. I know you guys love these things and like, I get it. Like, it's good to get opinions because people will say things that maybe we never thought of, you know? But I hope you guys stick around because I promise you, if nothing else, like, you're gonna get different opinions here on this channel. And I do my best to not just be a contrarian. Like, if a card's good, it's good, right? Like, I didn't just come in here and say like, oh, actually Darkhawk sucks. Everyone said Darkhawk's good. No, the card's dope. It's dope. I bought him, you know? But yeah, think for yourself. Maybe I'll do a video on that in the future, like how to think independently, like be an independent thinker. Like maybe you're gonna see a card that everybody likes, like Darkhawk, and then you go through the list and you do your research and you figure everything out and you're like, okay, there you go. Just here on this channel, we try to improve our decision-making process. Not only is it gonna help you spend your tokens, but it's also going to help you win, all right? So anyways, that's all I got for this video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Please give it a thumbs up. Give it all the thumbs up because it'll let me know if you want me to keep doing these. I will experiment with new video formats all you guys want, but if they don't get views, they get kicked to the curb. All right, but yeah, so if you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Like I said, I hope you got a little taste. Hope you got a little taste of Bootman here. Because I said, I promise I'll make you a better player. You'll be a better thinker. That's how we roll here. So make sure you subscribe. We're trying to hit 7,500 and some other cool things going on. Got an awesome Discord server down in the description below. And follow me on Twitter at BootmanMSTZ because I do monthly giveaways for the season pass. New one I will be announcing like probably tomorrow. And I have another really cool giveaway coming up. You got to follow me on Twitter at BootmanMSTZ, link down below. That's all I got for the video. I'm exhausted. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one.